So hopefully I've answered the question of my brother. I took time to answer those ones because I think some of them were quite meaningful. Shows the difference between extremists and Christians. It's an exercise in how to read inspiration. Oh, is it here? So we had quite a few questions on the vows. So I got quite a long question on vow 24 and vow 21. So I'm not going to address the question directly because I have already addressed it in Germany in December last year. And also through a study in Australia that addressed the issue of vow 21 and vow 24. So there's always two versions of any kind of story. So when I explain, hopefully honestly and intelligently, the story and the development of a vow, Future for America say he lies. I mean that's all they can say about everything. And people just accept all of that. People who follow Future for America. Until you start thinking. Because the first thing you want to know, if you think, what are FFA's vows now? What vows do they have? Where are they? Who will publish them? What agreement will they have? What work of consultation? They promulgate the lie that these vows are just I was the editor. But those vows were agreed upon by every single leader in this movement. And then it was consulted even wider. It went through a number of processes of editing and consultation before it was ever published. So it's okay for Future for America to criticize our vows. Or say that we lie about things. Especially where they don't even have an alternative. They have nothing. It's clear for me, hopefully for you, that their behavior of continually attacking us is because they have no message of their own. If someone wants to criticize the wording of vow 21 or vow 24, let them check and compare what Future for America is saying. Does their model, does their vow have integrity?
Thì các cái baptist chỉ cái lối cái năng nghỉ adult
What I'm suggesting
cái nhà luyện
is that as soon as we have an open, intelligent conversation about this subject,
thì mà anh chơi uống năng jam thế cái cho cái phía kia
the first thing it does, it makes people question and ask things that they didn't know or they hadn't noticed.
đấy coi chắc thì cũng bị cấm thì các cái này cái gì
So that's all I want to say on the vows.
cái này cái các bé cái các baptist cả
I know you may be disappointed if you had questions on those subjects.
anh ấy thì chắc tôi ý ra cái mà nó nghiên toàn của cái coi cái gì nhé các baptist
The vow 21 and vow 24
nhé cái để trâu của anh của gia lai trâu của thằng
have already been addressed publicly.
cái cái pure còn như con chị
Someone asked a question about vow 20, country living.
nó rằng thì cái đề baptist cái đề trâu thì giảm long quá chừng nón chỉ trâu nó mà đi này
The vow teaches it's better to live in a rural community than in the midst of a city.
ye kiu gang ye vela ne kien katte ke bapi le gondoi ti awat bala ben bapi madina
People's definitions of what country living look like
ti ko bram pi de me ken ne won ti tiang ko chi madina
I think sometimes are wrong and extreme.
ai ko ko de dama dan ai to ki wo wo dama de ya ge ke ni
People think you need to live isolated and separate from anyone else.
ai ko tak ti na de ke ni le bapi para we ne ko chi chu tung we ran ba
Inspiration doesn't teach that,
a chi cái go do we a chi le ke ne
that we need to be completely isolated from the world.
a chi le bu ni chu we cái liền bu ja ku nyong
It's another example of extreme people reading and taking extreme viewpoints of inspiration.
cái này cái lần như वो coi chừng cái chỉ cái gọi cái vui cái quen thì lấy cái gang gì
Everyone who is reasonable
ra nó vẫn
and intelligent
cái gì cả
reads these vows, reads the instruction,
cái chỉ cái gọi cái cái quen biết cái gì
and should come to a sensible position.
ngồi vẫn được coi thì là chập
When the Sunday law comes,
nào lo luôn nhưng mà là lên bên
verse 41,
chụp chân ngoan của chụp đã giờ thiên của chụp
Ellen White says we should move from one place to another.
cái gì Ellen White lên là nó kiến của bên đi rồi gang bút giờ thì nó có tiền của phía
Where are you supposed to move to
ye tan
at the Sunday law?
ye tan ko bên đi là tiền thì lên luôn nhưng mà là cha
Some people think into a mountain.
ai có ta na ne kien bu ko ngai ke ra kuri
What does Ellen White actually say?
yong yi Ellen White ye luen
She says move to small, rural towns. We might call them villages.
kai luen na ne kien ku e jal ke la ke ngan kun ke be kun pa ne jem
We move from the large towns or cities to the small villages.
ku bi ja won ke Madina ke won to ke won ku ji ka la ke won ke Madina
That's at the Sunday law.
e ke bora lo ke ne le lo ma la cha
And that's in preparation
ku kan ke ne e ke to ke ji wor
for a future move which will be more extreme.
ji wor ji ja do je wor ja nya bu lo ne won me chiro la tiang
There is no counsel
a chin thì trên Ellen trên won le
for people to live so far away from civilization
thì trên hắn dòng bố chú già thì won cái chia kì bố chú nó cái tai won mình
that they can't interact with anybody,
thì trên coi bia rồng cái nó coi cọ
that they don't have fellowship.
na đây cái đi chừng cả này
There's no counsel for that model.
trên cái wo yo cái bố cái lôi
And that's what's in the mind of many people.
bố cái này cái nó join nhau
They want to live in a country separate from anyone.
ai có biết vì pan chỉ là để đó thế
They think
ai cái tak
it's not safe to live in the country
ai cái lên yên cái chi biết chẳng bắt chân mà đi này
if you can see another house,
thì lên bên đi nó để tin
your neighbor's house.
bao nhiêu giờ ra tin
If they're close enough to see them, this is not the right location.
Na tioki tienin ke wo ku kale hitna chene te pie korot duo duto.
People take that extreme view from this council, and it's wrong.
Quite I can yig lwel ye ki yig ping tinong the puje ku ke kana watch.
We simply recognize
Ye na yuku gam
the truthfulness of what Ellen White says.
ye de ki Ellen White ye lwel yuku gam.
We don't even contextualize it,
A chuku kor bu ting ye mo ye ne lwel ya.
which is what the questioner was asking.
Ye ne ke ki to ali lwel.
Ellen White never says move into the mountains so you can't see anyone.
Akin Ellen wo ja ke la ke kuri ti chire ran ba ya ti.
Someone might choose to do that, but that's not the council.
No ran en chien ngai logic ken ku ka chene ke lwel Ellen.
Even Future for America and the people who follow them don't hold to those positions.
Akuji ko future for America ku jela ko ke kwancho. Achike gam kan.
When the leader of the movement was directed to follow this council, what location did they choose? On their left, they have neighbors. On their right, they have neighbors. In front of them, they have neighbors. Because they took a balanced position on this subject. Our position is the same. We do not understand people taking extreme positions to be the correct one. I think that's all I want to say on that country living issue. I'm just seeing if I want to address any of these questions that are relevant to what we're discussing. So someone's asking, what is the nature of the Sunday law? Is it literal or spiritual? Is it literal or spiritual, the Sunday law? So my answer is, it's literally spiritual, and it's spiritually literal. I'm not sure if people are clearly understanding what we say about this Sunday law issue. We've erased it off the board, but I want to remind us what we said yesterday. Which year are we in at the moment? 2019, remember? We're in 2019. Here, we can call it different things. We're in this period of time here that we're not fully clear about all the details of this history. When will we find out? When will we find out? Now, I just said we're not clear about all the details of this history. Is that true?
Cái này gì?
Is it true that we don't understand all the details of this history?
Vì nó để cái wo quỷ còn cái dia các cái áo quần đấy.
Yes? Or no? Do we understand all the details of this history?
You cái chữ lo các cái áo quần cái đấy you cái đấy.
Put your hands up if you don't understand all the details.
Nào chỉ cái đấy cái giá trị nhau.
Put your hands up if you do.
Nào như cái đấy cái giá trị nhau.
Couple of people.
Anh coi cho.
Now you remember I said yesterday
Ako bao nhiêu chuyện cái anh ta lấy vào đó.
there are two things to consider.
Anh cầm cái đồ cái gì?
Number one, my brother.
One more.
When you're looking at the waymark, you need to think about two things. The first is
Because in the chat, I knew the Kana Kankaro is a team to game up.
The answer was too long. I heard the answer here. History. Did I hear someone say it? I heard a sister's voice. The first thing is history, and the second is? Remember we did that. If you want to understand prophecy, what do you need to understand first? We live in the information age. Do you think there's some information that we don't know about? No. It's already there. I don't mean my brother knows everything and my sister doesn't know everything. What I mean is all the information is already accessible. So I'm saying, for here, we know all the history. We know the history. That's not what we're interested in. And I think that's what confuses people. When we start talking about the Sunday law, people say, was there a law? Sunday. Then they say, what was the nature of the Sunday law? And I'm saying that's the wrong question. It's not framed well. Don't ask what the nature of the Sunday law is. What's your first question? What was the history? That's all you need to know. No church, no state, nothing. No Sunday. Just go to the history. And then what you need to do, when you read all the history, is what? What do you need to do? You need to interpret the history. Are we okay with that? You need to interpret what the history means. How many people can understand history? Everyone. You need the Holy Spirit to understand history. No. This is no Holy Spirit stuff. Anyone can do that. How do we know? Because where do we get all of our history from? From the media. They just tell you what happened. They pay someone to go to the White House and write it out on your behalf. You subscribe. They give you the information. That's not the problem. Our problem is we need to interpret history. And that becomes difficult. I want to suggest that even those worldly people cannot interpret it. No one can. Only God can do that. And so, when we say the stones are crying out, who are the stones? The world, the Gentiles. When we say they're crying out, what does that mean? Number one or number two? Not number one. That's number two. When someone says it is not news, it's an opinion piece, an editorial. They say, I'm a worldly person. I'm looking at the history, and in my opinion, I think Donald Trump looks like who? Cyrus, or Hitler, or anyone else, or Napoleon. That's an opinion piece. It's not news. And it's not history. It's someone's opinion on what that history means. I want to suggest that's what it means when the stones cry out. The stones are understanding history better than many of us. Wasn't God's will. He says, if you don't cry, we'll go to triumphal entry. What are they crying? Where they say, if they don't say it, the stones will cry. Is this the cry? Look, everybody. Someone is riding a donkey. Is that what the cry is? A little child says to their mother, oh, look at that man riding a donkey. Is that the cry? Of course it's not. That's the history. Someone was riding a donkey. What's the cry? The Messiah is going to take his throne. So if the Gentiles are going to say that, cry, what would they say? One day, this man in a robe jumped onto a donkey and rode. No. The cry that they would make is the same one that those children were making. Behold, the bridegroom cometh. So, even worldly people are being led by the Holy Spirit to cry because they're stones. It's not history. They're interpreting history. Are they doing a good job? Not really. They're doing the best of they can. When are we going to understand properly? So when people say, explain what the Sunday law was, in 14 or 19 I don't understand, I'm saying you already have all the evidence before you. What we're struggling to do is to see what it means prophetically. Here we are, increase of knowledge. It's a lamp. shines light into the future, and then into history. When that light hits that history, what will it do? It will hit it and do what with it? Reflect back, won't it? So when that history comes back, you can now see it. What does it look like now? Does it look like history or prophecy? Now it's no longer history. Now it's prophecy. This is how we should be approaching these issues, I'm suggesting. So if you want to ask, what was the nature of the Sunday law? What you do is say you go to the history and then understand what it meant. Put the pieces of the puzzle together. So if you go back to 14, you remember there are a number of things happening there. All history. We'll put it into 3 boxes. It's all one history. It's all a mess. Like, you go to a website, it says this day. This day in 2014, this happened. This year, in the decade of the 20s, all of this happened. And you say, what does all that mean? So we say, we'll have one box for Russia. We have one box for Cambridge Analytica. And we have one box for prostate Protestantism. The evangelists. Evangelical Christianity. And all you do is just put the history in each box. Once you do that, then all you need to do is look what's in the box. You look what's in the box, the history, and try to make sense of that. And what you begin to see on this one is that the church, prostate Protestantism, they're upset. They're upset with what's happening in America. These are good people, nice people, and they don't like their garden, their road, their street, their community, their city, their state, their country. They don't want it ruined. Do you want your place ruined? Your house, your village, your country? No one does. Is their position reasonable? Yes, I think it is. They want to live in a nice place, just like you do, and me. So the problem is, and there is a problem, is what's the definition of nice? To understand that, you need to understand what's going wrong. So you start trying to work out what's going wrong and how do we fix the problem. And this is where, in this story, we begin to draw conclusions, which means change from history to prophecy. We'll do the same with this box and this box. What do Russia want? They want America to look like what? What kind of a place? A nice place. They say if America looked like a nice place, everyone would be happy. We would be happy. So everyone is trying to fix the problem. And in this context, the problem is, what does the United States look like? Doesn't look right. We're just focusing on this. The Christians say it's not nice. What's the problem? We go through the history and we see the way they want to fix the problem is based upon their biblical worldview. In the Bible, it says, don't let wicked people into the congregation. And even if they're of the same religion as you, so if they're the same religion, and they misbehave, how should you treat them? Like a Gentile, isn't that what Paul says? Treat them like a Gentile. How are you supposed to treat Gentiles? You get your house, and what do you put around your house? You build? What do you build around your house? You build a wall. That's what the Bible says. You build a wall of separation between you and the enemy. And therefore, your place, your house can be nice. They say that and they put it into practice. Now you have to figure out who are the enemies. And then you start realizing this becomes a racial issue. This becomes an issue of gender. We want our families looking nice, don't we? Did God tell you what nice looks like? What did He say nice families look like? Women, the wives, do what they're told. They do what they're told to do. That's the definition of nice. So they start putting it into practice. So when a woman wants to be the president, they say that's not nice. When a black person wants to be the president, they say that's not nice. So we begin to fix the problem. All of that is history. Now we need to know, what does it mean? What we see is the church begins to manipulate and control the government and society. And then we say, hold on, we know about church and state. We open our Bibles to Revelation 13, and what do we find? Separation of church and state. Go to Spirit of Prophecy, Constitution, and we see that everything's designed. What was America designed to look like? Nice or ugly? Let me rephrase my question. If you're a Christian, was America designed to look nice or ugly? If you're a Christian, one of these ones here, was America designed to look nice or ugly? Ugly. God wanted America to look ugly to these people. If you're an atheist or a Catholic, was America designed to look nice or ugly for you? Oh, it looks beautiful. If you're a Catholic, because America's run by whom? Protestants. Isn't it? So you're a Catholic, you say this is beautiful because I can become the president of all these Protestants. I can become the president of all these Protestants. And they can't stop me. Isn't that beautiful? It's not beautiful if you're a Protestant. So what we find when we look at the history, because people don't understand what the Sunday law looks like, is relatively simple. It's people's perspectives of what is right and what is wrong. And now there are these group of people who are in the majority, and they're very rapidly becoming the minority, and they're saying these people are taking away our nice country. We need to put a stop to it. And the way we'll do that is we will train a politician to change the country to make it look nice according to our standard. We read all of this in history. Then you and I, because we read the Great Controversy, we remembered something. We remembered when reading this. When the church wants to control the government, to make them change the country so that it looks nice, that's the image of the beast. So we say, look, it's happening right now. This is the image of the beast. Image of the beast is Sunday law, Ellen White tells us. So there it is. 2019, Sunday law. Easy. We don't have... With the way we frame our questions, like, what did the Sunday law look like? It looked like this history. It looked like people trying to fix the problem. If you're not sure about that, go read Spirit of Prophecy. Why do people want a Sunday law? The literal Sunday law.
Yen long yo mala tiken.
The way Ellen White writes it. Why do they want that?
Tie Ellen White yen gartin yongi ke kor.
She tells you.
Ayen lakin.
Do we know?
Niku.
They say
Ayegluel.
our country looks ugly and we want it to look beautiful again. And worse than that, God's punishing us because we've made his country look ugly. So they want to fix the problem. That's what Ellen White says the issue is. So Ellen White tells you the Sunday law is to fix the problem. Now let me ask you a question. America, they all decided to have laws that say you have to rest on Sunday. It's all legal. But there wasn't anything about adultery. And over the years, everybody kept Sunday, but adultery keeps on getting worse and worse. And now half the marriages are all destroyed. The economy is going down. The enemies are winning. What are they going to say? The evangelical Christians. God is cursing us. Why? Because we're doing something wrong. We must fix the problem. What's the problem? Adultery. So there wouldn't be a Sunday law. There'd be a adultery law. It's exactly the same dynamic. What we're confused about is not this issue. What we're confused about is how do we read Ellen White's quotes. That's what the issue is. It's not about what the Sunday law looks like. We know what it looks like. We know what the issue is. It's church and state. Your problem is it's got nothing to do with Sunday. And my response is, so what? Why do you care? Why do you want to put Sunday in here? Put adultery there. They need to make an adultery law. Or a stealing law. Do you know how much stealing goes on in America? They don't say we're going to fix all the stealing. Because that's why our country is being cursed. The only reason you have a problem is not because you can't read history. It's not because you don't understand prophecy. It's not because you can't get all this information and put them in the right box. Protestantism, Cambridge Analytica, Russia. Put them in the boxes, it's easy. Go through all the steps. We've proven to you over and over again what the issue is. And your question is, can you explain the Sunday law, please? And we just feel like banging our head against the wall.
wa ni ya de ni pa
Just tell us honestly what the issue is,
le wo ke chik ye mu de ko ro
so we can deal with it.
a bo bu nyai lo
The honest issue is,
ke ka ba le ko ro
you have a problem
ni no ke ro wo
with us.
wo wo
Because Ellen White says, literal Saturday, Sunday problem.
wo wo a ye la na ye le na ne ke e lu ye ba la ke lu ke ko sabat ke ko
And we say,
ka yu le
no way.
ka chin bil
We don't believe that.
a chu ga ngen
And you say,
ka yu le
you're rejecting Ellen White.
ka le ye ni re Ellen White
And we say,
ka yu le
no, we're not.
yu le wo chi Ellen
You're rejecting Ellen White.
yin ka re Ellen
And then we start arguing.
ju ko ter
So let's argue over the right issues.
ye ko bu ya te ka yin
It's over Ellen White.
te ter wo Ellen White
That's what the problem is.
ye ka ke ro wo
If she just said,
na jal jam
there's going to be an image of the beast soon,
le ka ki tong de le bro dai lo
and she didn't tell you what it was,
ka ke le ki ye mo
would we be having this discussion now?
e chi nam ki wo te ye ko le
No one would.
e ke ni te
You'd say, there it is.
e lo ye ke
We can see church and state. Praise the Lord.
ayu ko ting ya ko mo kanisa ye le gunya le
The only reason all this keeps coming up over and over again
ki wo ka ting ke cho le dura chen be be ben
is because you see
e ki wa ye ting
that we stand in opposition to what Ellen White said.
in opposition ka yu ko ting wo ka wo wa wo ki Ellen White ye le
And you can't believe how that can be happening.
ka chi jar ko be gam e ken ken le bro lo ide
So the question is,
tware jati
how many of you,
ye ko ke de ko wo
if we're here
to wo ke ne
and FFA are here,
ko future for America ato ne
where are you?
to no
Are you with us?
to when walk
Are you with them?
ato when ke
When it comes to the issue
na bo we
of how you're going to deal with Ellen White,
ja jam ba Ellen White ba ti wude
that is the problem.
ken ne ne ke ro wo
So, when the questions keep on coming thick and fast
na ye tware ye chol be rapin ni dor wa
about all this Sunday law stuff,
e long kiri long ye malata
it's a waste of time.
e ki dam jora ba
We have all the information that we need.
kiri be kor ku ato ko wo
14, 19, 21.
wonong kaji yana buro ku tie bu wan ku tie bu do wan ku jara tro ko do
You thread it through.
yen pa ni ben
You know what verse 41 is going to be about.
ka ba jar ko ni ye chu ten wan ko to den ye tie ku to ye mu
With something slightly different.
bi wo ama
Scenes, like
si okay
when you see.
ye ba da ba tin
Scenes similar to these.
kai ro loy ba ka ti ti ke ka ti tong ne ka ka
Not identical.
a cha lo le ke tong
Similar.
ai lo ka tong
Will be seen here.
a ba ke ti ti ne
Don't know what exactly it will be.
a cha ni ye ne bi yang
But it'll be similar to this one, and this one.
e ke na le ka ba tong ne ka ka lo ru ni bi na buro tie bu wan tie bu do wan
It's not going to be a Sunday law, Saturday, Sunday fight.
jam ke de ni na tor ka ne no ye mala ke ye mala ku sabat ke sabat ku ko
Across the whole of the world.
ken ken alo ra bi no ben
We already know it can't happen.
ayu ko ni na de gen ken chi ra bu loy
We already have all the evidence to know that.
wonong ka to ben ye nyu che ne kro loy
And it's multiple lines of evidence.
ku ka ju ja re ke ben chi ke ku chi ke
So if that's the case,
na ye ken ne tande
then the question is,
ke to ala bu ja to na
how do we deal with spirit of prophecy?
bu ke chi go de ga de elen bu ya ti wude
There was a question.
anan to ala ne
It says,
e jam
we use good methodology today,
wo wonong pyu pe yo pyu ye ku le
and we use bad methodology in the past.
wo ke nang dil pyu ra won tu
I'm saying it's not that clear cut. It's not that straightforward. It's the same methodology. This is the methodology that we used in the past. This is our methodology. You tell me if I'm wrong. We go to the spirit of prophecy, and she says 3 things. And we say, we like this one, we'll incorporate that. And we like this one. This one, we don't like that. So we just reject it. And what we do, we say, spirit of prophecy, spirit of prophecy, spirit of prophecy. Then we take our manifesto, our message. Number 1 would be spirit of prophecy. Number 2 would be spirit of prophecy. What would this one be? Us. Ellen White said you need to know 3 things. Here they are. And we say, we don't accept that one. We just cut it out of her writings, and we put our own stamp on that. That is our methodology from the very beginning. And if you want to start accusing people of lying, I'm saying they lie. This group lied to you when they tell you that they did not do this. They cut out her writings and they put their own stamp upon it. And every single one of you accepted that. You said, that's fine. We don't mind. And when they tell you they didn't do that, that is a lie. Let's put some names here, please. What name do we put here? That's the source. What's the name? The message and the messenger. We don't know who wrote Spirit Prophecy. He's been translating it all the time. Name. Name. My brother, who asked the question before in the shirt, the patterned shirt, in front of you. What name do you put here? You tell me whose name. It's not Ellen White. What name do we put here? From the very beginning of this movement. When they cut out Ellen White's statement and they put their own stamp upon it. Whose name was that? You don't know? Does no one understand what I'm asking? Maybe we could help you. We took a Spirit of Prophecy quote. No, Spirit of Prophecy, not Ellen White. We took a Spirit of Prophecy quote. And we said Ellen White wrote that. She wrote another one. And she wrote a third one. And we said we will not accept her writing. So we change it to our statement.
Achu jawar juwar wil ko.
And I want to know the name of the person who did that.
Ku kakar burin jalwerin krane loy kana.
Who was the name?
Yen yanga.
Still don't know the name. Sorry?
Jeff Pippinger.
Oh, you said Jeff Pippinger.
Yen.
Did you say Jeff Pippinger? Nobody. Oh, my translator seems to know.
Yen. En galwele Jeff Pippinger.
In 1989,
what
does he begin to teach? What does he begin to teach in 1989? He begins to teach that 1989 is the time of the end. Is that not correct? We'll keep this simple. Show me one spirit of prophecy quote to prove that. Show me one Bible verse to prove that. There is nothing. Then he makes it even worse. Then he says, the latter rain is going to be poured out before the Sunday law. Did you know he taught that? Can you find any spirit prophecy quotes to teach that? No. Ellen White says the latter rain is after Sunday law. And he said, I don't like that. We'll cut it out of our message. And when anybody ever told him that he's teaching a lie, error, according to spirit of prophecy, you know what he would do? He would attack them and tell them they're apostates. That's what he did. Ellen White said, from now to when Michael stands up, you're supposed to eat, live, and breathe evangelism. He said, I don't like that. I'll scrap that. And I'm saying no more evangelism. There's not a single quote. There's not a single Bible quote that teaches that. He made it all up. It's all his own words. That's the methodology that we have used from the very beginning. So how dare people say we've got a new methodology? We're teaching the same thing that he taught us to do. If you don't like spirit prophecy, cut it out. So if we don't like a little Sunday law, we cut it out and we put something else in. If you're here, or you're here, and you're not standing with us, you tell me, what new methodology am I using? Because I got taught that by Elder Jeff Pippinger. He trained me to use that. And if I'm wrong, he's wrong. And if he's wrong, you need to be doing public evangelism. You need to know that there is no second time of the end. You need to know that the 25:20 is not the longest and the last prophecy in the Bible. You need to know that there's no 9/11 spoken about in inspiration.
Achin biana buro kutok chilwe Bible.
All of those things he made up. He made all of those things up because he didn't like what Ellen White said. I'm not answering questions. GC 351. She says the 2300 days is the longest and last prophecy that's brought to view in the Bible. And because he didn't like that, he scrapped that out. It manipulates the word. It's a consistent habit. And none of you have a problem with that. So stop asking questions about literal Saturday, Sunday arguments. If you have those questions, don't ask us. Ask Future for America. Ask them why they consistently reject inspiration. Got a bad habit of it. Upon the testimony of two, a thing is established. That they reject inspiration, they do not follow a thus saith the Lord. Get them to admit that. And then ask them about the Sunday law. Our position is clear. What he taught us to do, this methodology, cut out the spirit of prophecy if you don't like it and put your own things in there. That's what he taught us. And I'm saying he taught us well. He was right. I agree with that. If he wants to change now, let him say so. Let him say there is no 9/11, no 1989, nothing. Instead of that, he goes from bad to worse. He makes up new waymarks that don't exist. He manipulates Daniel 12:1. Brings it here and says, now, all of you, if you don't even know what side you're on, and you say, okay, well, I'll come with Elder Tess and Parminder, you're already eternally lost now. There's no point even praying. You are completely lost. Because that's what close of probation means. They're the questions we should be addressing and asking ourselves. It's one issue. How do you read inspiration? It's not about us explaining what the nature of the Sunday law looked like. Because you all know. You all know what it looks like. What you don't like is it's not a Saturday, Sunday issue. What you don't like is that we're not following the spirit of prophecy. Is that we don't follow the spirit of prophecy. What you don't realize is that you've been manipulated. From the very first time you entered into this movement, Elder Jeff Pippinger manipulated you. And you accepted it. And praise the Lord that you did. Because you'd be dead if you didn't. Because you'd be dead in trespasses and sins if you didn't do what he asked. All we're telling you to do now When you join the movement,
Na bar na konomi.
you are blind, dumb, and poor.
Cái ini này chỉ cho, ini chỉ mình, ini rằng chỉ thật.
You don't think.
Ini chỉ thật.
There comes a time now
Chỉ bên ta men.
where you need to think.
Có ra bắt điên thật.
Thinking does not mean
Bắt chỉ luyện.
new methodology.
Chỉ nhớ cái dul jut.
Thinking means
Ta cái jam.
understanding what he did
Để bắt khi chỉ lôi bắt đế.
and understanding what we're doing today.
Còn đế này cái lôi cũng như khôn.
So it makes sense. So you don't blindly follow someone, which is what you all did before. Today, like on Mount Carmel, you have to choose consciously who's telling the truth and who isn't. And we are being open and transparent about what our position is. If Ellen White teaches contrary to the line, Elder Jeff Pippinger used to say, we won't listen to her. And we agree. Today, he wants to bury this information, this history, so that you become confused. And he's become the champion of Saturday, the Sabbath. Sunday, the mark of the beast. You did all these spirit of prophecy quotes to deceive and trick each and every one of us. And at the same time, he wants to move Daniel 12:1 over here. And people accept it. Unbelievable. It's unbelievable what he is getting away with, and nobody is addressing it. God wants intelligent men and women. People like yourselves. Listen to what we've said today. Decide for yourselves. If this sounds foolish, I would recommend that you go into their camp meeting. Go there and learn from them. And be saved. Don't come to our meetings and expose yourself to danger. If you think what I'm teaching is rubbish, you might come here because you're in the middle. You're not sure. You might be here because you're on their side and you want to hear firsthand what I'm saying. If you're fully with Future for America and you came here to hear what we've got to say, good. Report back to them what we say. And report back to yourself so that you know that these people don't follow the spirit of prophecy. They never have. And they still don't. And not to be deceived by that. We admit that we don't read her writings in the same way that they read them. Literally. We have explanations for what we do. Future for America have none. Let's pray. Our Heavenly Father, we want to ask and pray that you'd bless us, guide us and direct us. Lord, we know that these are complex, difficult issues, and yet the principles are easy to understand. I want to send a special prayer for my brothers and sisters kneeling before you. As they are confronted with these issues, may you give them strength, may you give them wisdom and understanding to know how to deal with the many voices that are confronting them. Here, Lord, at this moment, there are people who are in the valley of decision. Help them to know what is truth. This is our prayer in Jesus' name.